Hey guys, I'm doing a video for a person who requested to see this. Obviously they requested to see what I'm doing this video on. By the way, I love doing requests. I absolutely love it when people say, hey, can you do a video on this? And if it's something that I feel that I'm knowledgeable about, then I'll of course do a video on it. I enjoy doing that. And if it's something like this, it's not anything to do with knowledge, then of course I'll do it right away. If it's something I'm not knowledgeable about, then I'll do research, and it may take me a week or two, but I'll get around to doing the video once I feel comfortable talking about it. I'm not going to make a video about something that I don't feel I'm knowledgeable about, because then I'm just posing as a guy that knows what he's talking about, and everybody can see through that crap. So I like to talk about things that I actually have a good grasp of. So if you ask me to do something, I'll be more than glad to do it, and it just may take me a while if it's something I'm not too knowledgeable about. But somebody asked me how and why I flick my knives from the back like this. Let me bump the brightness up a little bit. There's no reason I do it other than I think it's cooler than doing it this way. There is a reason I do it in videos, and that's because I'm often showing the knife like this, and if I brought my hand over here to flick it out, then it would obscure the knife. So I come around from the back and I try to just flick it out like that. I have to give credit to Randy at SolosKnifeReviews. He's actually the first person I ever saw to flick the knife out from behind, and I think he has a video on it. It's called the Flea Flicker or something like that. I'll put his channel in the description below. But I just saw him do it one day, and I thought it was cool, but I didn't adopt the technique until I started doing YouTube videos. And to be honest with you, I used to just flick with my thumb like this, and it was second nature to do it like that. And doing it from behind felt really strange. It took me a while to figure out how to grip the knife and still be able, like I used to see Randy with his fingers out like this, and then he'd flick the knife, and it just blew my mind how he was gripping the knife. I would have to do it like this and flick it, and it was just really awkward. But you learn to grip the knife in your hand. You're actually gripping it with your hand, and then you can flick the knife out. But it does have its benefits, like I said, showing a knife in video, and also it's just funner to me to flick it from behind. And also I've noticed that you can give it a little bit more finesse with your middle finger as opposed to your thumb. You just kind of always drive it out with your thumb, and with knives that have stop pins, that can wear it out. If you're really just cranking on that thing when you sling it out, it can peen the stop pin and give you blade play, all sorts of trouble. But like this, you can have a little bit more finesse. It doesn't take so much force to get the blade to come out, and it just looks cool. So I think he calls it the flea flicker. And really the process is just exactly like doing it with your thumb, except backwards. Like I said, let me focus it in my hand. I'm just gripping the knife in my hand. The majority of my grip comes from my index finger, which is supporting the back of the knife, like so. And then the pad of my thumb comes around and grips the knife. And then it gives me enough grip to go ahead and flick the knife out like this. And I'm not pushing my middle finger out like this. I'm pushing it up like I'm holding the knife. I'm just literally flicking my finger out. I'm not making it go any way sideways. It's just naturally. It's just like you're opening your fingers. That's the same motion I'm making, except I'm just isolating it to one finger. So gripping the knife like this, and as you can see, I already have these fingers out, so it's natural just to flare my finger out like that, and it drives the knife out. And honestly, the technique is the same for almost every knife. This one's a bit stiff, but it still comes out. It's just the same technique for every single knife, big, small. Doesn't really matter. It just works for all of them, and it especially works good with Spydercos. You grab military. Even a big blade works just fine. Thumb stud. Let me grab a thumb stud knife. Honestly, don't have many. Don't have many thumb stud knives, and that's just because my collection is mainly Spyderco's, but it works the same way. Just like that. I'm not actually putting the thumb stud on the pad of my finger. I'm kind of putting my fingernail behind the thumb stud, and I'm just, well, if I could get it down pat. Sorry, I don't flick this knife a lot. I'm just kind of driving it out with my thumb, or with my middle finger. So no real reason for it other than it's fun. It does look cool. I mean, I think it looks cool when you're flicking the knife out like that, because a lot of people don't know how the blade just came out. If you're real sneaky about it, it just kind of looks like the blade flew open by itself, especially if you're moving around and the blade just so happens to fly out. You can really move your middle finger back in time, and it doesn't look like you did it by yourself. So anyway, pretty sure SolosKnifeReviews calls it the flea flicker. Kind of fits it. It's a cool way to deploy your knife, and also it doesn't wear your thumb out. I used to get calluses and little scrapes on my thumbnail. This way I don't get any trouble. I do it a lot also, a lot. I'm constantly flicking my knives. Even when I'm at school, I'm still flicking a knife. And yeah, I do get looked at, but whatever. I really don't care. Anyway, I hope this answers your question. Try it out. I mean, it's not hard. It may feel awkward at first if you're used to doing it with your thumb, but honestly, doing it with my thumb used to feel right, and this was awkward, but now doing it this way is right, and my thumb is awkward. So it's just all what you get used to. I think it's the same with like tip up and tip down. Thank you, by the way, everybody that made a video response. That was an excellent turnout. I really didn't expect anybody to do a video response, so that was pretty cool. Thank you for the support and actually listening to what I'm saying. That means a lot. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.